I'm 23 years old and I have a 1.5-year-old daughter. I met my fiancé when I was 19. Before moving into his house, I was working with an international model who designs Swarovski jewelry. I worked with her as a nanny, but I also helped sometimes with the jewelry designing. I met my fiancé before I started working with her. Later, he told me that I should quit my job because, according to him, with his status, he didn't expect his girlfriend to work as a nanny in someone else's house. He said he had a bigger house and could take care of me even if I wasn't working. Eventually, I quit my job and moved into his house. That was the beginning of my nightmare. About a month after moving in, I found out I was pregnant. Because of my age, I wanted to terminate the pregnancy, but he encouraged me and said we could do it together. So I decided to keep the baby. He initially told me he only had adopted children. Later, before I even got pregnant, he admitted that he also has two biological children from a previous relationship, in addition to the adopted ones. Because I loved him, I ignored it. When I moved to the central region, that's where he lives, I discovered that he was sleeping with his adopted daughter. I also found out that he was sleeping with other women. When I was about 6 months pregnant, he told me that he will not have any more children because once I give birth, it would mean he had six children. I was shocked. Someone who claimed he only had adopted kids later admitted he had two biological children, and now I would be his fourth baby mama. When I asked where the other children were, he said four were living with his mother and one with the child's mother. This hurt me deeply, but because I was pregnant, I felt trapped and couldn't do anything. Throughout my pregnancy, things were very hard. Women kept coming to the house saying they were pregnant for him. I told myself that once I give birth, I would leave. After I gave birth, things became worse. He secretly brought a woman from Accra to stay in another house. He stopped eating and sleeping at home. Childbirth was very difficult for me. I nearly lost my life. Even after delivery, he didn't buy me a white cloth or white slippers for postnatal appointments. I wasn't even angry anymore because my plan was already to leave. He had promised to help me join the security service, so I endured everything from the beginning of the pregnancy until after delivery. He had money to spend on other women but never spent on me. Eventually, I went for 6 months training for the security service. I left my 5-month-old baby with my mother. When I returned, I found out he has been sleeping with his cousin in our room. When my mother confronted him, he insulted her badly, calling her stupid and using other insults. As at now, he is not in good terms with my family. 2 months ago, he traveled to his hometown. When he returned, he came back with an infection and tried to blame me for it, even though I had no idea where it came from. Around that time, my mother was very sick and I wanted to visit her. Because he and my mother were not in good terms, he told me not to go. Now he thinks I'm cheating on him because I stopped asking him for money and he complains whenever I ask for money. So I stopped. Since the day I met him, I have never slept with any other man. When he returned from his hometown, he demanded to check my phone. He accused me of chatting with other men on WhatsApp, making video calls and sending nude pictures, all of which are false. One morning, I dressed up to go to work and he refused to let me leave. We struggled and he nearly unalived me. For 3 days, I couldn't swallow anything. I had bruises all over my face. For the past month, we haven't been talking or calling each other. Now he wants me to forgive him. I feel he wants forgiveness because he has invested in my training. I've told him I want to move out. My bags have already been packed. I feel guilty about leaving, but when I remember everything he has done to me, I know I can't forgive him. I now have high blood pressure and I am not happy. Do you think I should forgive him and move on? I need advice. What advice do you have for our sister here? Thank you for watching.